Hi, I'm Tom, pronouns he, him, his. I graduated in 2020 with a BA in politics. I then went on to do my Masters in International Relations and I graduated earlier this year.
Hello, I'm Stevie. I use she, they pronouns and I'm going to graduate in June 2022 with a BA Theatre, Writing, Directing and Performance.
Hello, my name's Jordan. My pronouns are he, him, his. I graduated last year with a BA in Social and Political Sciences.
And today we're just going to have a little conversation talking about why we chose York and hopefully why you should choose York as well.
So the reason I wanted to go to university, I wanted to get some independence. I don't know about you guys, but I'd never lived away from home, always been sort of living with my parents, so to have that ability to go make new friends, sort of find myself, but also develop those skills about living on your own.
I just knew I wasn't ready for the working world, and so for me university was kind of the next step, and I kind of wanted to learn more about the subject that I was interested in and yeah, gain that independence.
I mean, for me, like, I was the first in my direct family to go to university, so I was never like 100% sure as whether I'd go to university, but I chose York personally because I wanted to always kind of commute to university, and it was a local university, but also it was a Russell Group university. It was a very high achieving university, and I wanted to do a subject that it had a great course in. And also I went to the campus as well for an open day, and I just saw how beautiful the campus was. I had a walk around and saw all the ducks and the lakes and the geese, and I was just like, this is like a park.
For me, in particular, because I was living on campus, that was a massive part of it for me, was the whole idea of I was going to be spending so much time there, living there, so it really had to feel like home, and it really did.
Being on campus was really lovely and I really enjoyed that, and that was a big selling point for me, but also just the city in general. It's so gorgeous, and actually it reminded me of my city back home as well, so it kind of had that homely type nature as well, which I really liked. Yeah. The collegiate system was actually a really big selling point for me because, again, small fish, big pond, and actually having that community of a college, you knew that there was always a little something. And weirdly, it's always been a really good icebreaker with other students because you always go, oh, what college were you part of? Oh my gosh, I was Langwith, yeah, I was Langwith too. And it's really nice to kind of have that as a really good starting point with other students. So I really enjoyed that.
I just liked it. I think it made it seem a lot more friendly as like a university, and like a lot less scary to come to. And
there was always that notion of, oh my gosh, I've got to make friends really quick. And actually, what you soon realise is everyone is in that same boat, you know, everyone's really desperate almost to get friends and grab that community, and that was really lovely to have that college support there, you know, during particularly Freshers Week.
What's also so great about the colleges as well is they put on lots of social events and they help to like plan events.
So they obviously have night events, but they also have day events as well. I remember really vividly there was a coffee crawl because there are so many coffee shops in York, not just on campuses, but in the city as well.
One of the best things about the colleges is the support networks they give you. For myself, I was a second and third year contact, otherwise known as a stick. We basically made sure that people from moving day until the end of first year were sort of supported along the way.
Yeah, and at my college I had a mentor as well, because as a commuting student it really helped me to kind of settle into college life, having a mentor. So our campus is split into Campus West and Campus East, and they're only like a short walk from each other or a short 3-5 minute bus ride. But it's a lovely like parkland campus.
Yeah, I was predominantly on Campus East. That's where my department was, where my college was, and that was a brilliant thing, you know, rolling out, you know, 5 minutes before a lecture. Safety at university and on campus was a really important factor to me, particularly for choosing a university. I really appreciated that, you know, the campuses were really well lit, that there were always a bus service happening all the time.
I was mainly based on Campus West. Like you, I was quite grateful of the fact that I could just roll out of bed into my lecture theatre. Being in sort of an education facility but still having that sort of access to green spaces and being able to study in those spaces as well, I always thought it was really nice.
So at York we have like more than 65 sports clubs, over 200 student-led societies. So there's definitely going to be something for everyone, for all your interests, and if there's not, you can even start your own as well. I was part of Derwent College Football Club, so that was like a college level football team, a bit more relaxed level of competition because I'm not the best, but I like to play still.
I was a part of the university's American football team. That was really good. I even went on to be president of the society. The best thing that I did while I was at university was take part of Roses, playing against Lancaster, sort of every sports club for a full weekend, playing against each other. It's a massive event. It's sort of the big sports event of the year. We love beating Lancaster.
Can't say I was partly part of a sports team. I joined gymnastics in first year because I did it when I was really young and thought, yeah, I'll just give it a go. And yeah, then I actually kind of found that my interests more lie within the drama society. So I got to go to Edinburgh Fringe, which was amazing. Wow, yeah, it was a really exciting experience.
I just think it's all part of the student experience as well. Like with gymnastics, like as well. Like if you're trying something out and if you don't like it, that's fine. But
there are some crazy societies as well. Pretty sure there's a hummus appreciation society. I remember when
Taylor Swift society as
well.
there
was and they got recognised as well. It was really interesting.
Like, merch of Taylor Swift.
And then I remember when I first joined, there was a Danny DeVito society, Louis Theroux society. Yeah, there were so many different ones. Like there really is something for everyone.
One of the things I think that makes York quite unique is the fact that there are lots of different degrees that give you opportunities outside of just learning. So we have different placement years, sort of shorter term placements, year abroads. You can even do placements abroad as well, depending on your degree. So
I had a friend who did a placement year last year, and it gave her like a lot of skills, and she really enjoyed it, kind of getting experience of the workplace. And I think it helps you as well to come back to university after that. I had a friend also who did a year abroad in Sydney as well in his second year, which was like, that's so cool.
Yeah,
I know, like so far away, but it was so amazing. Like I wish I did a year abroad now. I was like, I could have Sydney.
But you also have those sort of shorter summer schools as well. So you know you can do like 4 to 6 weeks as well.
Yeah, and it's really cool because you can have they kind of have different countries for different specialist subjects. So I know you can go to like India, you can go to Germany, go to Denmark, loads of places, and kind of do something specialist with their university as well. And actually, it offers some really great skill sets for post-university and the beyond. There's always a big worry when you go to university of that, what do I want to do? And actually, that's a very common feeling, and it's okay not to know. Even if you have some idea, that can drastically change within 3 or 4 years. And what's great is that there is loads of support at university as well, particularly at York. And,
I was part of the award-winning York Strengths programme as well, so that was like in my first year in the summer term. It was like a whole day of like different seminars and group sessions.
That was something that York did really well, and really I felt supported with was the careers fairs they offered. Getting sort of that insight into the job market, just in the sense of seeing what sort of jobs are out there.
And there's also, within my department, a little careers advice as well, where if you're interested in going into the industry, they have advice, blog posts and internships available. There's always just so much you can do, and the fact that the university offers part-time work to students as well, to work alongside studies and then offer you those skills as well to kind of further your interests post-university is really beneficial and great for the CV. There are loads of opportunities at the university where you can just give back to your community.
Yeah, because I volunteered as like a student buddy as well in my second, third year to local and commuting students, and I really got close friends with them, and I just wanted to kind of give back because I know how much it helped me in my first year.
You know, they are brilliant for your CVs. Those opportunities, you know, boosting your own CVs, you know, whether it being giving you skills that you wouldn't have otherwise had access to, you know, it might be first aid again, or it might be, you know, having the, as you say, the people skills to really help you in the future, but it's something that really sets you apart.
Yeah, it just helps kind of make you more well-rounded as well, and that you can offer those different experiences. And the fact that there is such a nice welcoming community when it comes to volunteering at the university, that makes students want to continue it and carry it on. Yeah, so the city of York itself was a major factor in deciding to come to university. It's just got so many wonderful historical aspects to it. You know, it's just such a lovely, small, compact city with so much to offer.
Yeah. Definitely, and it's not far away from the campus either. It's a short, like 25-minute walk maybe. It's a very short bus ride as well, and they're very frequent buses. And there's tons of options also to cycle as well around the campus and around York. And you can rent e-scooters as well for like a very nominal fee, which is so cool. I see them around campus and I'm like, I want to use them so much.
Sort of when I sort of saw York for the first time, you know, it's small enough that you can get around really easily, but it's big enough that you still have access to anything you'd want, you know, be it independent shops, you obviously have your big chain shops as well, but then you have things that are quite unique to York. You have different galleries, museums, you have things like Clifford's Tower, the city walls as well, and I think that sort of makes it stand out from other places because it's just such a beautiful place to be.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely thought things like the shambles is always a really big thing, and the shambles was like a big inspiration for Diagon Alley as well, and there's loads of Harry Potter things influenced within the city, which is really cool. And one of the major things I really liked about York was there's always that daunting aspect of going to a university that is part of a major city. But actually the fact that it is quite, you know, small enough to get around, and you know, it's literally like you can kind of walk the whole thing in like 40 minutes almost. But there's still so much to get involved with and so much to do.
And it's just such a friendly student city as well. Like everyone's so friendly to students.
It is regularly recognised as one of the best and awarded as one of the best places to live in the UK and one of the safest cities to live in the UK.
Absolutely.
And I think it's that thing, as you sort of said about the student-led, you know, student-friendly city. You know, the city itself really cares about making it a welcoming atmosphere. There's an impression that York, because it's quite a small city, it doesn't really have a nightlife. But it's not really true.
No.
You know, we have so many different bars and pubs and stuff like that. And you know, we have quite a few clubs that do offer student-only nights. So being a part of a society, we had sort of a night every week where we would go out on a social, and it was a really great way of just going out with your mates, but where it was sort of very safe and secure.
Like nightlife never really kind of appealed to me. I didn't mind like the odd night out, but I was definitely much more of a bar and pubs kind of person. You know, there's loads of independent bars in York as well that have really nice cocktails and mocktails, and there's always something for everyone as well. And I really love York. It's just such a lovely city.
There's always tons of festivals and things going on in York, lots of events. One of my personal favourites is the Jorvik Centre, because York's got a lot of Viking history as well. So we've got a Viking festival each year. We've got a chocolate festival each year, and I love chocolate, so that's amazing.
It's nice that there's loads of festivals, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the thing that I've always really enjoyed is sort of the Christmas market.
I was going to say that, the Christmas market is so magical.
So we have tons of support at York to help you kind of make the most of your time. So on the academic side, you have like a personal supervisor as well, which I found really useful. So I'd meet my supervisor frequently throughout the term. We'd talk through feedback and assessments, just how I was doing generally as well. There's lots of kind of support as well with office hours for your lecturers and tutors, their feedback and guidance hours. Yeah,
and I think there's more specialised sort of support as well. In terms of like academic skills centres, where it be writing, maths, essay support.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a main thing about university is, you know, it's very independent, and sometimes that can be very daunting, and that might, you know, play on your mental health a bit. So there is always that support there. You know, you've got your pastoral supervisor within the academia side that you can go to with any problems you might have, and there's also the open door services at the university. You can book one-to-one sessions with them and talk things through. And on top of that, I'm actually a student with an invisible disability and was actually diagnosed whilst at university, and so through the support from what the university gave me, I was managed to get a student support plan known as an SSP, and that allowed me to get you know, support through the university when it came to essay work or projects that I was part of, but also external support as well by people who kind of could allow me to kind of shape the rest of my university career. It's great that at York, you know, it's not you're a student and off you go, live your life. You know, they want you to succeed, and that's what I really appreciate about the university.
The sort of commitment to making you have the best experience possible and be as successful as possible was really nice to see. You know, really sold me to York, I think.
Absolutely, definitely. Yeah.
Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you found this interesting and we've helped you make your decision about where you'd like to study.
And at the end of the day, this is going to be about 3 to 4 years of your life, so it's important to make the right decision. Ta-ra!
Yeah.